Well, you've done it again. Valentine's Day, the anniversary or that birthday is right around the corner, and you've completely forgotten about it. So you didn't make that reservation at that fancy restaurant, you can't afford to go out and get jewelry or buy a whole bunch of flowers, so you're in a pickle. Well, I've been there. So here are 5 things that you can do for a special night out such as Valentine's Day that won't break the bank. Coming up right after this. Hey everybody, I am Taylor from Beard vs. Geek, where I show you it is okay to be a man and a geek at the same time. Relationships can be extremely tricky, especially if we forget about important days. But you know what? Our wives and our girlfriends don't, and they become very resentful when we forget them. So here are 5 things that should help you make a special night for a little money and little preparation. Number 1, make a meal at home. Take the extra effort, pull out a cookbook and some of that chicken and rice that you have lying around and make a nice homemade dinner. Make sure that she is not around when you prepare this meal and actually go through the effort of making an effort. If you cannot cook whatsoever, this might not be the idea for you. But just imagine the look on her face when she comes home and she realizes that the place is clean and that there's a lovely set table with candlelight and her favorite meal. Number 2, have a game night. Board games have come a long way from Parker Brothers and Hasbro, although you can boast out Monopoly if you want to wreck your relationship. Game night can be a really fun and easy activity, especially if you already own the game. Therefore, it doesn't really cost you that much, except for a couple of snacks. Just make sure that it's a game that both of you will enjoy. If you go out and get that playful adult game, but yet your partner's really not into it, you kind of wrecked it. So make sure that they will be okay with the type of game that you select. Number 3, having a picnic. Forget dinner, forget candlelight vigils, forget the whole, ring in the champagne glass thing. Have a picnic. Picnics have been around for a long time, and they are a great way to spend time with each other and have a little bit of intimacy in a public setting, which is usually not a good idea, but picnics are the exception. You can even pick up a little bottle of vino here, a couple of wine glasses, and a nice blanket to lay out on the grass. Just make sure that you know that the weather is good. Nothing will wreck a picnic more than going outside and realizing that it's 20 degrees below zero or it started to rain. That is a surefire way to not have that appreciation that night, if you catch my meaning. Number 4, create a romantic scavenger hunt. I have done this myself and it worked very, very well. It does take a little bit of work, however, there are some great resources online to make it a little easier. Just type in romantic scavenger hunt ideas and you'll get it. A romantic scavenger hunt can cost you a little money if you have the clues be something special besides a little card hidden somewhere. For example, if you were to attach a rose to each card, that can add up, especially around Valentine's Day, and roses get more expensive for some reason. It does take a little bit of work, but it can save you a load of money, and they'll appreciate it just the same. The surefire way to go about this, and perhaps the best way to go about this, I would have found in my experience, indoor stargazing. Now this may sound ridiculous, but let's face it, a lot of times the weather is horrible and it's cold outside, and we know how easy some women can get with being too cold and they don't appreciate the experience. But indoor stargazing can be just as fun and kind of cute and dorky, which is kind of why you're on this channel to begin with. First off, go down to your local store and pick up a couple of bags of those glow-in-the-dark stars. You know, the ones that they put on children's ceilings. Earlier that day when she's at work, go back to your apartment or her place or wherever you're going to be that night and take those stars and put them everywhere in that room. Don't just put them on the ceiling, put them on the walls, put them on the floor if you really want to. Make sure that you have a lot of them. And during the day, leave the lights on so that they can soak up that energy. Later on that night when you're ready to do your stargazing, you can have her cover her eyes. She opens the door, you turn off the lights, and suddenly the room becomes a planetarium. If you really want to make it special, you can top it off by turning the TV to a video of a campfire burning, complete with sound, and you can even make some s'mores ahead of time or some little snacks. Lay out a blanket on the ground, and you know what? It's a little dorky, but she will greatly appreciate it. If you like this video, go ahead and subscribe. Great videos are coming out every week where I show you it is okay to be a man and a geek at the same time. For more about personal relationships, you can click right here, or you can click right here for some more manliness and geekiness. Because after all, if the women don't find you manly, they should at least find you geeky. And until next time, beard on, bro.